welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. My name is Scott Aromatico, and today we're going to be talking about my top 10 favorite niche fragrances for spring. Let's dive right in. First fragrance I want to talk about comes from the house of Bond No. 9. I love this fragrance and I love the presentation. I think it has a really cool bottle design. That's right, we're talking about this one, Bleecker Street. Love the colors with this. I think it's so cool, and the fragrance is absolutely amazing. This is one of my favorite aromatic fragrances. It's fresh and clean. It's so non-offensive and mass appealing. It is perfect for an office setting, and it's really perfect for this time of year because I love fruity scents this time of year, and this one does not disappoint. It's not a fruity scent in the sense where it's just really strong and in your face. This one is very understated, and the star of this fragrance is that blueberry note. I love the blueberry note in here. It is just so good and so refined. One of my favorites for spring. The fragrance I'm going to be talking about is one of the best fragrance houses in all the world. No doubt about it. They do everything first class. So amazing. One day I hope to tour their factory, and I'm talking about Amouage. They have so many offerings and they're all works of art, but today I'm going to be talking about Reflection Man. Wow. Love this fragrance. Again, it's so fresh and so clean, and it has this nice soapy vibe with a hint of spiciness. I love the spiciness in this, but there's something about this fragrance that just really works on my skin. I get a lot of longevity with this, and I get a huge scent trail, man. This fragrance goes 8 hours on my skin. The scent bubble on me is just so huge, and if you're just looking for like a clean, musky, just really, really nice, refined, opulent scent, this is it. And then you got that spiciness as it starts to dry down that just helps balance it out. And I feel like $1,000,000 whenever I wear this. So if I'm looking for a fragrance to invoke confidence, maybe to wear to work, I'm going to a board meeting, or you're going to a date or a special occasion, because this is a special occasion fragrance that I love to wear at springtime. And to be honest with you, I also wear it just to run errands. You know, if I'm wearing, shorts and flip-flops, still love this fragrance because it turns heads. It just makes you feel so good. Amouage Reflection Man, so good for the springtime. Right. Talking about fruity fragrances, right? I love those fruity scents this time of year, and this one does not disappoint. This is one of my absolute favorite indie niche fragrance houses. I love the man that runs this company. His name is Mo, and this company is called Kajal. This one is called Kajal Homme II. And this one, wow, it just starts out so bright and so vibrant. It has so much citrus in the top. Bright, airy, fresh, clean citrus. So juicy, so good. But then as the fragrance starts to develop, you come across that juicy peach that is just absolutely to die for. Man, that peach is just in your face. It's really sweet. Now this one's a little bit more sweeter than I probably like, but that's okay. Every once in a while, your mood changes. I know when I wear fragrances, I wear to suit my mood, and sometimes I am in that mood where I just want to make a bold, strong statement, and this fragrance will do it because it's got all the sweetness from the juicy peach, and then it's got this just sugary sweetness on the dry down as well, and then a strong woody presence on the dry down also. That's just absolutely amazing. I love this one. It is so good. The peach in this is just absolutely opulent. You gotta try this one if you haven't. Don't sleep on Kajal Homme II. Love this fragrance house. All right, guys, another indie niche fragrance house that is quickly becoming a world-class fragrance house, one of the best in the world, and one of the coolest guys on the planet, with George Zaharoff. Absolutely amazing human being. But this fragrance right here is my go-to fragrance. It is so versatile and so amazing, so opulent and elegant. This is so modern, but still has that old school feel. This is a lavender bomb. Plain and simple, a lavender bomb. When you first spray it, it's gonna be sparkling, it's gonna be effervescent, it's gonna be energetic, it's gonna be so gorgeous. And then that soothing, calming, just beautifully blended lavender is just so amazing. And then when you get to the dry down, there's a lot going on in the dry down. It's got a sweetness, it's got a lot of depth, it's got myrrh and frankincense that's gonna leave you feeling like you had a religious experience. And if you're looking for a fragrance that goes 8+ hours, look no further than Signature Pour Homme. Not only is this one great for the springtime, but it's good all year round. It's that versatile and it lasts all day. This is from master perfumer Francis Kurkdjian, and this is his own company that he started called Maison Francis Kurkdjian. In case you were wondering, Maison just is another fancy word for house. the house of Francis Kurkdjian, and he is just world famous all over the perfume world, and he's just doing big things. I think he now works for Dior, if I'm not mistaken. But this is one of my favorite fragrances right here, Petit Matin. Oh, man. The best way to describe this fragrance, it just reminds me of a fresh spring rain. You know, when it just stops, it's still cool outside from it raining, and you smell that rain, you know, that freshness in the air. Or maybe you go outside and there's a lot of dew on the ground and you just kind of smell that damp, refreshing smell. That's what this reminds me of. It is so good. It is so light and so airy. It's so gorgeous with that sweet citrus on the top. It's extremely musky, and it has that soothing lavender with a touch of ambroxan that helps give this some staying power. I love this one. I always say this reminds me of that Lionel Richie song, Easy on a Sunday Morning. It is that good. You guys gotta try Petit Matin. Well, we're gonna stay in the same company. We're gonna stay with Francis Kurkdjian because I love their fragrances. And I think you guys would all agree with me, for those of you who have tried this house, their blend is amazing. I feel like Francis Kurkdjian and Tom Ford have the most amazing blends. You can really tell the quality in their blends. It's so good. So I picked another one from this house, and it's not the first house on this list that has more than one. There's one other fragrance that I did this with too, but I'm talking about this one, Masculin Pluriel, another lavender scent. But this one's different than the one that I showed you earlier from Zaharoff. They're two different fragrances, and it wouldn't be redundant to have both of them because this is also a lavender bomb, but this becomes real masculine as you start to wear this, because on the dry down, you really get those leathery notes that come out in full force, and then you get those woody undertones, and with the woodiness and with the leather and that lavender, this just starts to become really masculine, and I love it. There's just something so good about this. And to me, there's almost too kind of like a metallic-like scent that I pick up. I'm not sure where that's coming from. But anyways, this is a real masculine, gorgeous lavender, and it's just refined and blended to perfection. I get 8+ hours on my skin. It's one of my favorite scents. And again, it's another one of those niche fragrances that I love to wear for special occasions. And niche fragrances is just a fancy word for luxury. And a lot of these fragrances are special occasion fragrances for me because I've spent a lot of money on them. And guys, check out Venba fragrances, okay? That's where I get all my niche fragrances, and I have a link in the description down below. I got just about all of these niche fragrances from Venba. They already have a good price, but if you go on the link and then use my promo code, you're gonna save even more money on some amazing niche fragrances. They come well protected, they ship fast, and it's just an amazing company to do business with. Venba. Check out the description down below if you're looking for some amazing niche fragrances that help you invoke some confidence, that give you a little pick-me-up in the day. And sometimes it's just fun just to buy nice things, right? Even if they're a little expensive, it's fun to spend the money and know you have some high-quality items. All right, next on the list, speaking of luxury, speaking of high quality, this is from the house of Raja Dove. This one is called Elysium. Now, to me, this fragrance can be worn all year round. It is a spring, summer fragrance in my opinion, but it is so good. Here's another fragrance that just sparkles and shines. The opening is absolutely amazing with all the citrus, the grapefruit, the lemon. One of my favorite citrus notes is lime. I love lime in fragrances. What about you guys? Do you like that one? Also love grapefruit. I love a photorealistic grapefruit scent, but I also like lime, and this one just smells of lime. It is so good. It's very aromatic with that juniper. It's got that tangy black currant, and then it's just in the base. It's very sweet, and then those leathery undertones take over. It's just so good. This is one of my favorites. Is it strong on performance? It just depends on who the wearer is. You know, mileage may vary. I get about 6 to 8 hours just depending. But when the heat hits this fragrance, it just smells so good on my skin. My wife loves this one. It's one of my favorites. And I just love everything about this house. It's just so gorgeous and so opulent. One of my favorites for springtime. All right, guys, coming in in the 8th spot, and these are in no particular order, another amazing indie niche fragrance house. This is the house of Argos. Christian Petrovich started this company. He's an amazing gentleman, and he is doing things first class. This fragrance right here is just so gentlemanly, so refined, so luxurious. I know I've used those adjectives a lot, but when you're dealing with niche fragrances, you're going to come across those words a lot. Opulent, luxurious, and it's just so, this one is just so good. It's very refined. It's aromatic right out of the gate, okay? Very aromatic. It's fresh, it's got a lot of citrus, and I love the lime. You know, I told you I love lime. This one does not disappoint. It also has this very warming, dry, exhilarating gin note in here that's just absolutely to die for. There's lots of clean vetiver, gorgeous lavender. I could just go on and on about this one. I get about 6 to 8 hours, and when I want to feel expensive, when I want to feel confident, this is the one to go to. And people are going to ask you what you wear, and I'm telling you, you are not going to smell like everyone else wearing Argos Boron. This one is amazing. All right, guys, stick with me. All right, we're getting down to the last two. Next one I'm going to talk about on the list. This is from the house of Perfumes de Marly, and this one is called Percival. Another great fragrance that you can wear all year round. Guys, there's not a lot going on with this one. It's not that complicated. This is kind of a blind reach for a niche fragrance. This basically just smells, you just step right out of the shower. It's got that fresh, clean, showered feel to it, but more luxurious. There's a lot of fragrances that kind of smell similar to this, that are in this same vein, but are just not as high quality as this one. This one goes 8+ hours on my skin, which is an amazing for a freshie fragrance. But Perfumes de Marly really does some amazing things with their fragrances. Again, a lot of bright citrus, a lot of lavender, very aromatic, a whole lot of ambroxan, but just high quality and very versatile. Try this one for the high heat in the springtime. You're gonna love Percival. I told you, I have two from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and I've got two from Zaharoff. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this fragrance for springtime, because all the flowers are blooming. You know, love is in the air. We all love roses. And I know what you're thinking, Scott Aromatico, roses are for women. And you would be wrong, because this fragrance has taken away the stigma. It has changed my mind. And if you try it, I know you'll be satisfied. This is Signature Rosé, one of my favorites. I saved the best for last. This is really no countdown in any particular order. But if you stayed this long for the video, if you get this fragrance, you're gonna be in for a treat, because it is so gorgeous. There's a whole lot of fresh, clean rose in this fragrance. There's an amazing, gorgeous, luxurious, very, very expensive oil in here that's almost like a rose incense that gives this so much staying power. And I know a lot of you, when you're looking to spend your money, you want to check off all the boxes. Does it last? Does it perform? Does it have a big scent bubble? Yes, 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 this does it all. It is so amazing. And this rose is not just for women. It's not just unisex. Men, you can wear this and pull it off because of that incense in here. It's got that sweet base. It's got a very, very strong base that just helps this last. And it's, you know, got a masculine feel as well. So you guys are gonna love this fragrance. It's one of my favorites. And this one, the first time I ever sprayed it, I smelled it for 2 days straight in the house because it's that potent. So definitely try Signature Rosé by Zaharoff for spring. You're gonna love it. All right, guys. What are some of your favorites? Man, please let me know down below, because it helps me, you know. I create big lists. You know, I've got a shopping list that's a mile long, like a lot of you guys do too. So let me know down in the comments below, what are some of your favorite niche fragrances for spring. I'd love to hear from you. If you got any value from the video, which I know you did, please leave a thumbs up. And come on, come be a part of my fragrance family. It doesn't cost you anything. Hit that subscribe button down below. The bell notifications off to the side will notify you whenever I do videos. I do all kinds of cool giveaways, cool interviews. You never know who's gonna be on the channel or what I'm gonna do next, guys. I love each and every one of you. I hope to see you in the next video, and hope wherever you are finding peace and happiness. I'll see you all next time.